What brings you here? Either of you. Rebecca, Jana, go for it.
Shall I go? Okay. What brings me here? Well,
Yeah.
I found you and I really like you because you're so direct and you really point to it. At least maybe it's just now I'm finally getting it. I don't know, but it seems like so many teachers, I don't know, they make such a big thing out of it. Sometimes I'm really angry at these mystics and all that, and even Jesus, and I don't know, like making enlightenment such a thing. Like you have these expectations that it's something so huge, but actually, I think I had a little awakening, something. I was for some weeks, I was really in this peaceful, blissful place, but it was a bit disappointing in a way, because it was like, that's it? I mean, really? But then I thought, okay, I enjoyed it. But after some weeks, the mind started back, but is that really it? Maybe there's more to it, and blah, blah, blah. This can't be it.
Yeah.
And
how much mind was there playing at the peak of that experience?
Yeah.
How much mind was there at the peak of that experience that you're discussing or you're talking about?
I wouldn't say I had no thoughts. I think I had thoughts. There were thoughts, but they were not negative, or they were not a problem. They were just.
Were there
I couldn't tell. Yeah.
Were there me thoughts?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, what I didn't get, what I still felt like, I'm this body, I'm this here, this feels peaceful. The location was still there for sure. But there was also what was noticeable, a lot of wisdom came out of this mouth.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Like, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but there were thoughts, I think.
And that's okay.
Thoughts. I don't know, I think, yeah.
That's okay.
I'm not sure I didn't pay so much attention to them, I think.
Well, that's even better.
Yeah.
That's even better.
Yeah. And also I think it wasn't like some call it like the unknown, but it's not unknown. We all know it from childhood, from different moments in our life when we are newly in love or something, or don't we?
Yeah, just on that. Yeah. Why is it called the unknown? Yeah. It's unknown or non-experienceable by mind. So when it's called the unknown, yeah, there's kind of a little caveat in there. It's in reference to personal self. And personal self is just the character that the mind creates. You understand? So as far as that personal character is concerned, it is unknown. Can't be known. Just like, I mean, tell me, what can a thought know?
Well, that's also another thing. You say, like, the mind, the thoughts, or the mind doesn't know anything, doesn't know the world, but how can it then comment on the world? Like, it makes comments, oh, that's a beautiful tree, or that's a nice flower, and so it must see the world. Or
okay, for a start, you were taught that's a tree. You were taught that.
Yeah.
From a very, very young age. Yeah. And interestingly enough, you were taught with language, words, labels. Okay. And then you analyze your own thinking, your own thoughts. Yeah. It's all in your own language, your own mother tongue. Yeah. And it's all constructed and it's all made up of words, labels. Yeah. If you isolate just one word, Rebecca, just find any word, I don't care what word it is, just one word, and let it stand alone, independent of any other words, and then tell me what that word means.
An
For
object?
example.
An object. It's the name for a label.
Okay. Let's go to the word tree. Okay? The word tree. Now, just that word tree, if you let it stand alone by itself, without it being connected to any other words, what does the word tree mean?
Well, I have this image in front of my inner eye.
Yeah, but what does the word tree, see, even then, what you
Nothing.
did, but even then you said other words came out. Yeah, but I had this image of my eye, just the word tree by itself without any other words. What does it mean? It's important to see this. Yeah?
This object.
Yeah, but you just went this object. You just used two other words. You just used two other words. And even to call it an object is another word.
What would you like what would you like me to get here?
What I'm trying to get you to see is the word or the label is not the thing.
Yes. Yeah, but still the mind must recognize the thing, the tree, and then say, oh, look at this tree or something. Or I like this tree. I don't like this tree.
Okay, let's test it.
How does it know that? So it must be seeing.
Good. Well, let's test it, shall we? Shall we test it? Okay. All right. So if all of your inner dialogue all of a sudden turned to Chinese, and I mean all of your inner dialogue, all thoughts, all of a sudden turned to Chinese.
Okay? I heard you say this before. Yeah,
well, it's important. Nothing. now, would you know that's a tree?
Yeah, but because I see it.
Oh, yeah, but what would you see? How could you possibly identify what it is that you're apparently seeing if all of your inner dialogue is now in Chinese?
But I still see a tree without language.
No, you do not. You absolutely do not. No. Look, try and do this. This is a conceptual pointer. I understand. It's a conceptual pointer. Okay. But, okay. How about we do it like this? Yeah. We take a tree again. All right. And I say, okay. And there'll be a little bit of a process in what I'm about to take you through, but let's do it. All right. So if I say to you, okay, remove the label tree. And then I ask you, now what is it? What does the mind throw up? What does it throw up? We're going to remove the label tree, right? And then I ask you, what is that? Now what does the mind throw up now? What does it throw up? It will. Okay, I'll help you.
Ask me again.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, nothing.
Well, the mind might say, oh, wood.
Something brown and green.
Right. Good. So let's say, so we got wood, brown, green, 3 words. Now let's remove those words. Now what is it?
Something tall.
Good. Remove that. This is the process I was telling you about. Yeah. So we remove that, something tall. What do you got left?
It's there.
Good.
Something's there.
Good. Now let's remove it's there. They're 2 words, right? They're just 2 words. They're just look, it's important. All we're doing is removing words. I'm trying to get you to see something simply by removing the words. Well,
Well, I think in this time where I was in this period, there were not, I didn't actually see single objects. It was like the whole scene. It was always more the
Right.
whole.
Good. So, okay, good. So ordinarily we would say, well, that tree's separate from that tree, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. That tree, 2 words, is separate, the prime word there, from that tree. Let's remove those words. Now, what do you got? What do you got?
Yeah, just one picture.
Yeah, good. Now let's remove, great. Now let's remove one picture. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get you to see that the mind creates the seeming tree and the seeming separation from that tree to that tree. The mind creates it. It's an idea.
Yeah, but there's something. There's the scenery that's seen. There's a scenery scene that changes all the time.
Good.
No?
Okay, good. So that's scenery that you're talking about.
Yeah.
I equate, try and get this, I equate to a painting. So
Yeah.
on the painting, there's a tree painted on it. And over here, there's a little hut painted on it. And in the background, there's a little river winding through the painting. Yeah. And we look at it and we go, yep, that tree is separate from that from that hut. And the hut is separate from the winding river in the background. And the winding river in the background is also separate from the tree. That's what we would say. Yes?
Yeah.
Good, but it's all paint. Is the tree and the hut really separate?
Yeah, no, they're on the same canvas and
it's all paint.
It's the same paint. Yeah.
Good. That's what's happening. And it's only the mind that divides. It's thoughts. It's only thoughts that divide, seemingly discriminate thoughts. Because if all of your internal dialogue turned to Chinese, what would you know?
Right. But I think you still didn't answer the question. But how does the mind know what is seen, what I see, what
the mind says is being seen is false.
Huh? Yep.
Otherwise, the whole idea of non-duality is false. Non-dual means what?
Not two.
No, non-dual.
Not two.
Not two.
No.
One. And what does this do?
Yeah, it doesn't get it. It's like, what one?
That's because I understand. But you have to understand, the only thing that's dualistic in the whole world, anywhere, is this.
Yeah.
That's why I tried to get you.
I think I see that.
Yeah. I tried to get you to experience, even just trying to use your imagination, okay, which is not a great tool, but it's okay. That's why I tried to get you to imagine if all of your internal dialogue turned to Chinese, what do you know?
Well, because there's memory, I recognize the tree.
No, that's in China. Sorry, that's all in your memory's all in Chinese. Sorry.
Scheiße, really? I wouldn't.
This is important, Rebecca.
Really? I wouldn't know what a tree. I wouldn't see a tree.
How would you? How would you? Would you even know who you were? All you have to say, all thoughts are now in Chinese. There wouldn't even be a spare little thought there in English saying, oh, I don't understand what's happening. There's a weird language in my mind, because that'd be in Chinese too. Now, what would you know? What could you possibly know? Think about it. What could you possibly know about personal self if all of the internal dialogue turned to Chinese? What could you possibly know?
What's here, what I sense, maybe?
Yeah, but when you say what's here, that too would be in Chinese.
There would be no seeing?
No seeing, did you say?
Mm.
Absolutely, there'd be seeing. The question would be...
That's what I'm saying. There would still be seeing.
Yes, but the question would be, what is being seen?
Yeah, that couldn't be named.
It's all in Chinese. What would be seen?
I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
Because I know, but the tree might be called Lao Tzu.
Sometimes that drives me really crazy to get that. It's like...
I know. Listen, Beck, I know. Listen, yeah? This is about coming to understand what you're not. It's not about the discovery of what you are. What you are does not need discovering. What needs to be understood is what you're not. Now, what is it? What's the tool that's being used to create what you're not?
I'm really scared of this nothingness, I think.
It's not nothing. That's the mind. Rebecca, that's the mind. It's not nothing.
What would there be? What's there?
I would never call it nothing. Ever would I do that. Ever. You would never hear that come out of my mouth. It's nothing. That's such an absurd statement. It's nothing. It's no thing, sure.
Okay, yeah. Because I really do take language quite literally. I mean, I understand symbolic language too, but when I try to get this, what they're talking about, so but sometimes they use words and some teachers, they don't consider like how it could be taken. So thank you for this. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. Look, look. If it's one blank canvas, and what I mean by that is there's no disconnection. It's all one. There's no disconnection. Okay? If it's all that, it can't be a thing. So it's no thing. But I'd hardly call all of that nothing. Okay? Now, good. All I'm trying to point out to you is what this says is a thing is incorrect. Because this, from our human experience, the mind will say, and it's been doing it since we're 2, right? The mind will definitely say, that tree is absolutely separate from that tree. This would, like, we would say that, or thoughts would say that. That tree is separate from that tree. Now, what connects both those trees? Space. Now, the mind calls space a nothing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. So it uses the idea of space as being the disconnecting factor, when actually it's the connecting factor. The space is canvas. The space is the canvas. If you took away space, could there be a thing?